Thank you. The gentlewoman from Michigan, Mrs. Tlaib, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Detroit's housing crisis, I talk about it in this committee a tremendous amount of time because a lot of it is interconnected with the work that we do here. But as many of you may or may not know, the crisis is very real in my district, in the 13th Congressional District. According to 2018 report from the Urban Institute, black homeownership rates in Michigan decreased from 51% in 2000 to 40% in 2016. Currently, the wait list for affordable housing is 6 months to a year. Chairman Clayton, you stated that, quote, the Opportunity Zone program has the potential to encourage investment and economic development in many areas across the country that are in need of capital. I would consider my district one of those that are in need of economic development, so I would like to talk about that a little bit. And I don't know if Commissioner Jackson, if you could help me with this. So according to SEC, such qualified opportunity zones funds must comply with all applicable regulations of the SEC and the securities regulators in the states where they are doing business. Can you elaborate what that really means?
Can you say a little more, Congresswoman, about?
Yeah, so on the site it says, on the SEC site, it said that they have to be regulated under SEC and the security regulators in their states in doing business. What does that really mean for opportunity zones? Those applying. Oh, Chairman, go ahead.
Sorry,
you were the one quoted to say how great it is.
That was something that we saw opportunity zones. People are raising money for them, and we wanted to remind them that you've got to follow the investor protection rules that we in the states have. So we put this out to say when you raise capital, be mindful of those rules and the disclosures that they. So,
Chairman, does SEC have the authority to define and clarify opportunity zone funds that were established and expanded in the 2017 tax law?
We do not have direct authority over the size or those types of things. What we do have authority over is how they raise their money for those projects. So when they go to investors and say, hey, we want to raise money for this project, it's an opportunity zone. Are they doing it in a compliant way?
So, and this is yes or no to any commissioners, do any of you any knowledge of developers that qualify under opportunity zones are required to produce a significant number of jobs? Do you know of any, are they required to, do you know if they're required to provide, like if these are the number of jobs that we're going to provide with the opportunity zones?
I can't say that I'm familiar with.
Not to my knowledge, Congresswoman.
Chairman?
I'm not aware of that.
I don't know how that works.
So are developers who benefit from the opportunity zones required to help with poverty reduction in return of their tax break?
Again, Congresswoman, not to my knowledge. None
of you? Okay. I have an issue with opportunity zones, and this seems oddly familiar because in 1980s, enterprise zones, which the GAO ultimately concluded had no significant difference in economic growth or job creation in surrounding areas, wealthy real estate developers made money from enterprise zones, but communities were not actually prospering because of it. On that note, I want to submit for the record, Madam Chair, a New York Times article that reported that Donald Trump and his family and advisors will benefit tremendously from the opportunity zone.
Without objection, such as.
And Chairman Clayton, so I was taken aback by the statement that you supported opportunity zones and see it as an opportunity. You went on to say a lot of things, great things about it. So Wayne County is experiencing rapid gentrification. It's in my district where lower income communities are pushed out while tax dollars are going to wealthy developers and corporations to build shiny new stadiums or luxury condos they can't afford. I am, I was in a flow and then I stopped. The SEC announced 2 weeks ago, where am I? I'm sorry. So my question is, then why would you say the statement that you said in regards to opportunity zones as an opportunity for economic development? Because it is a tax break, right?
Well, actually one of the reasons I put the statement out was, hey, comply with the law. Hey, capital formation is good. But if you look in the statement, there's also something there that says, our regulations make it hard for people who live in those jurisdictions to actually invest alongside the people who are investing in these opportunity zones. To me, that's an issue. We want to help people make that opportunity available to the people who live in the zones in which they're investing. And it's there are ways to do that.
Yeah, I think if you're going to talk about it in the future, to make it much more clearer, because it sounds like you're just supporting it without any kind of accountability. With the Indians, like follow the law, but in many ways we're promoting it as some sort of way to deal with those other issues that I think.
But I recognize the issue, and I wanted to say, hey, let's find a way to let people in that community participate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. The gentleman from Texas, Mr. Gooden, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As you all know, the individual investor, they don't have shares in stock like they used to.